Right now, somewhere in America, someone is refreshing their bank app. Maybe that person is you. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your parent. And that moment, when the screen loads and the balance hasn't changed yet, hits harder than people realize. Because this isn't extra money. This isn't vacation money. This is rent. This is groceries. This is medication. This is survival. When Social Security payments feel even a little uncertain, it shakes households across the country. Seniors, disabled workers, veterans, parents caring for loved ones, families already stretched thin. And this month, that anxiety is louder than usual. Social media is buzzing. Comment sections are on fire. People are asking the same question over and over again. Are our checks delayed? You might be wondering if something changed behind the scenes. You might be worried that a new schedule means your payment is coming later than expected. Or worse, you might be fearing that something went wrong with your benefits altogether. And when bills don't wait, uncertainty feels like panic. That's why this video matters, because this isn't just about a calendar. It's about your life, your family, and your financial stability. And today, we're breaking down exactly what's happening with Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA payments this month. What's normal, what's changed, and what you need to watch closely. Stick with me, because what you're about to hear could explain delays, clear confusion, and help you avoid unnecessary stress. And near the end, there's one critical detail most people overlook, something that could protect your money if things don't arrive on time. Why this month feels different for millions of Americans every month. Social Security follows a rhythm. Most people get used to it. Checks arrive, direct deposits hit, life moves forward. But when that rhythm feels off, even slightly, it sends shockwaves through households living on fixed incomes. This month feels different because several factors are colliding at once: calendar timing, processing cycles, federal schedules. And when these overlap, payments can feel delayed, even when they technically aren't late. That difference matters, especially when you're counting days, not weeks. For many Americans, the first warning sign isn't an official notice. It's silence. No deposit, no alert, no update. And when the money doesn't show up exactly when expected, people immediately assume the worst. That fear spreads fast, especially online, where rumors move faster than facts. Another reason this month feels heavier is financial pressure. Prices are still high. Food costs haven't come down the way people hoped. Utility bills fluctuate. Medical expenses don't pause. So when a payment feels uncertain, it doesn't feel like a delay. It feels like a threat. And let's be honest, trust has been tested before. People remember past disruptions, government shutdown scares, banking glitches, processing backlogs. That history makes even normal schedule shifts feel dangerous. But here's the key thing most people don't realize. Not all delays are actual delays. Some are timing adjustments. Some are early payments that already happened. Some are weekend or holiday shifts that confuse the calendar. And some are individual account issues, not system-wide problems. Understanding the difference is crucial, because panic can lead to bad decisions, like overdrafts, unnecessary calls, or missed planning opportunities. This section of the video exists to slow things down, explain the big picture, and give you clarity before fear takes over. How Social Security payment. Timing really works. To understand whether checks are delayed, you first need to understand how the system actually works, because it's not as simple as the same day every month. Social Security payments are released based on your benefit type and your birth date. SSI works differently from SSDI. VA benefits follow their own schedule, and regular retirement benefits are staggered across the month. That means two people can both be on Social Security and get paid weeks apart, and both be completely on time. SSI payments are typically issued at the start of the month. SSDI and retirement payments are usually spread across multiple Wednesdays. VA benefits are often issued separately with their own processing rules. When a payment date lands on a weekend or holiday, the system adjusts, sometimes earlier, sometimes later. That's where confusion starts. When a payment moves, people think something went wrong, but in many cases the payment already came early the previous business day, or is scheduled for the next one. Another layer most people don't think about is banking. Even when the SSA releases a payment, your bank controls when it becomes available. Some banks post immediately, others take longer. Some offer early access, others don't. Two people with the same benefit can see money at completely different times. This month, the calendar alignment makes those differences more noticeable. And when millions of people are checking accounts at the same time, the anxiety multiplies. So before assuming a delay, it's critical to ask the right questions. Was this payment supposed to come today, or another scheduled date? Did a weekend or holiday shift the timing? Has your bank processed it yet? Knowing how the system works gives you power. And in the next section, we'll talk about what's actually triggering the delay rumors right now. The real reason people think checks are late. Here's the truth that doesn't get enough attention. Most payment panic starts with expectations, not errors. Many people mark a date in their head, not the official date, not the SSA date, the habit date. It usually comes around now, and when that moment passes, fear sets in. This month, expectation gaps are wider than usual. Why? Because of how dates fall on the calendar, how weekends affect deposits, and how different benefit programs interact. Some people already received payments earlier than usual. Others are still waiting for dates that haven't arrived yet. Social media amplifies confusion. One person posts, "I didn't get paid." Another replies, "Me neither." Suddenly it feels like a nationwide problem, even if millions already received their funds. But that doesn't mean there aren't real issues. Individual delays do happen. Address changes, banking errors, account verification holds. Even small mismatches can pause a payment for one person while everyone else gets paid normally. That's why it's dangerous to rely on comments instead of official schedules. One person's delay doesn't mean the system failed, but it does mean you should know what signs to watch for. If your payment hasn't arrived by the end of your official payment window, that's when action matters. Not panic, but awareness. And coming up, we'll break down what SSI, SSDI, and VA recipients specifically need to know this month. SSI, what recipients should expect right now. If you receive SSI, timing matters more than ever. SSI payments are usually tied to the start of the month, and when that date shifts, it can feel disorienting. This month, many SSI recipients are confused because payments may arrive earlier than expected, or appear missing when people forget an early deposit already happened. That leads to fear, even though the money is already there. Another issue is budgeting. When an SSI payment arrives earlier than usual, it creates a longer gap until the next one. That gap feels like a delay, even though it's not. And if you weren't prepared for that timing shift, it can strain your budget fast. SSI recipients should double-check bank statements, not just balances. Look for deposits labeled earlier than usual. Also remember, SSI does not stack or double pay. Early payments are not bonuses, they're timing adjustments. If your SSI truly hasn't arrived and your scheduled date has passed, that's when contacting SSA or checking your online account becomes important, but doing it too early only adds stress. SSDI, why payment dates can feel unpredictable. SSDI payments follow a staggered system, and that alone creates confusion. Payments are spread across the month, based on birth dates, not application dates or approval dates. This month, SSDI recipients may feel left behind if others get paid earlier. That comparison creates panic, but staggered doesn't mean delayed, it means scheduled. Another issue is banking delays. SSDI recipients often rely on direct deposit, but processing times vary. If your bank is slower, your payment might show as pending while others already have access. SSDI recipients should focus on their assigned payment week, not social chatter. And if your deposit doesn't show by the end of that window, then it's time to take action. VA benefits, a separate system with separate rules. VA benefits are often misunderstood because they don't always align with Social Security schedules. Veterans may receive payments through different systems, which creates timing differences. This month, some veterans may see deposits later in the day or on different dates than expected. That doesn't automatically mean a delay. It often reflects processing differences between agencies and banks. Veterans should monitor official VA communications and not assume SSA updates apply to VA benefits. They are connected, but not identical. What to do if your payment hasn't arrived? If your payment truly hasn't arrived by the end of your official window, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Check your online SSA or VA account. Verify your bank information. Look for notices. Many issues are visible there before you ever speak to a representative. If nothing appears, contact the agency, but be prepared. Have documents ready, be patient. And remember, acting with clarity gets results faster than acting with fear. Why staying informed protects your money. Information is power, especially when your income is fixed. Knowing schedules, changes, and warning signs helps you plan, budget, and avoid unnecessary stress. Most financial emergencies aren't caused by missed payments. They're caused by confusion. This video exists to replace confusion with clarity. The hidden risks. Most beneficiaries don't see coming. Here's something most people never talk about, but it matters more than almost anything else when it comes to your Social Security money. The biggest risk to your payments is not a nationwide delay. It's small, invisible changes that happen quietly and only affect you. A letter that never arrives, a system update you didn't know about, a bank change you forgot to report. These things don't make headlines, but they stop payments every single month. Many Americans assume that once benefits are approved, everything runs on autopilot forever. But the truth is, Social Security, SSDI, SSI, and VA systems constantly verify information in the background. Address checks, identity confirmations, bank validations, even small discrepancies can trigger a temporary pause while the system flags your account. And here's the scary part. Sometimes there's no warning, no phone call, no loud alert, just silence where your money should be. This is why some people swear payments are delayed, while others get paid on time. It's not random, but it feels random when you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. Another hidden risk is relying too heavily on a single payment date without a backup plan. When timing shifts, even legitimately, it can cause overdrafts, late fees, or missed obligations. And once those dominoes fall, it's hard to catch up. That's why awareness is protection. Checking your account regularly, reading notices, even boring ones, making sure your information is up to date. These aren't chores, they're financial defense. Because when something does go wrong, the people who notice early recover faster. The people who wait often lose weeks of stability. Why these payment questions will keep coming back? If you're thinking, why does this keep happening every month? You're not alone. And the answer is simple, but uncomfortable. The system wasn't designed for the financial reality Americans live in today. Social Security schedules were created when costs were lower, savings were stronger, and fewer people lived paycheck to paycheck. Today, millions depend on these payments as their primary income, not a supplement. That means timing issues feel catastrophic instead of inconvenient. Add rising costs, tighter budgets, and constant online noise, and every schedule shift feels like a crisis. That's why these questions will keep coming back. Next month, the month after, every time a calendar changes, every time a holiday lands near a payment date, every time a rumor spreads faster than facts. The people who suffer most are the ones who don't have clear, trusted information. They react instead of prepare. They panic instead of plan. This is exactly why staying connected to updates like this matters. Not because everything is always wrong, but because knowing what's normal prevents fear from taking over. And here's something powerful to remember. When millions of people are confused at the same time, clarity becomes incredibly valuable. Knowing what's happening, even when the answer is nothing is wrong, can protect your mental health and your wallet. Your money deserves attention. Let's bring this home, because this isn't just about 1 month. Your Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits represent years of work, service, and sacrifice. They are not favors, they are earned. And staying informed about them is not optional anymore, it's necessary. When you understand the schedule, the system, and the warning signs, you stop being reactive. You become prepared, and preparation is power. This channel exists for one reason, so you don't feel alone, blindsided, or confused when it comes to your money. Because too many Americans are left guessing, and guessing is expensive. If you've ever felt your stomach drop while checking your bank balance, if you've ever wondered whether a delay meant trouble, if you've ever worried about how one missed payment could affect your family, then this information is for you. Stay informed, stay alert, and stay connected. Because the more you know, the harder it is for uncertainty to control your financial future. And if you want clarity instead of chaos, confidence instead of fear, make sure you're here for the next update. Your wallet will thank you.